Hey, what's up everyone? Pastor JAMZ back with another review, and today we got the latest album by Charley Crockett, Lonesome Drifter. Charley Crockett, real name Matthew Charles Crockett, is Grammy nominated singer-songwriter and guitarist. Just turned 41 years old from San Benito, Texas. This is his 15th studio album, Lonesome Drifter, and his first album released under a record label. Yes, he has signed to Island Records, and this is his first major studio album release. His past 14 albums have been self-released through his own label, Son of Davy. And, just released this month, March 14th, 2025, 12 tracks in 38 minutes. I am no stranger to this man. This guy has been on quite the roll and also plays into his music because he's been on quite the roll in general. Not just with me, but in terms of himself and the country music status that he holds up. And he's just on his grind. The train does not stop. As of making this video, he will be performing live on Jimmy Fallon, and just super excited to see that and see where that goes. I know for many people that doesn't really matter. Like, oh, performing on the late night talk show host. This is different because, like I said, this dives into the album itself, where he used to play under New York City bridges for free, playing for free on the streets of Louisiana, and so on and so forth with other places, even in LA and things of that sorts. What I'm trying to say is he is in a different status and a different place where he is today than he was like 10, 15 years ago. The grind is real, and now it's the payoff, baby. Like, what else can I say? So, the first three tracks are actually the only three singles that were released leading up to this thing. One of them also being a little redux of sorts of a beloved track, Jamestown Ferry, fan favorite, and it really I kind of had to discuss with a friend, like, why did he do this? And it kind of made sense in the end, because not everyone knows who Charley Crockett is. This is the first major label release, and maybe, kind of exposing a fan favorite to people who have never heard of him. So that's pretty cool. And also, it's like a redux. There's a little bit of a spin, a little bit of a twang on this version, where it is Louisiana. You get like this really good Louisiana feel in terms of production, and that trumpet is just amazing. And then Lonesome Drifter, the opening track and self-titled track, oh my god, it is so snappy, so snazzy, great opening to the whole album, and just really, really confident with his music and with his work. The way he carries himself is really awesome. And then the second track, the second single that was actually released, Game I Can't Win, really awesome track where it's very moving. It's one, especially coming off of Lonesome Drifter, a track that kind of moves everything along. And in terms of production, there are songs on here that really keep things moving and are very snazzy as well. Track 10, One Trick Pony, very like I said, just very charismatic, and you really get that sense from him in terms of production and also the band that he works with. Also, Never No More, track 8, where it is more of a love story of sorts, where he is looking back in a way of all, like, these women maybe who have hurt him, or love like in instances where he has been hurt by love. Now, I assume he's talking about his newly wedded wife that they have just gotten married this past year, and Taylor Grace, who also makes music. Now he's really putting her up, like, on this mantle of, like, she is everything to me, and she has made me, like, she has fixed me, and he gives her a lot of praise, is what I'm trying to say. And it comes out very positive, very strong, and just not looking back to those the pain and suffering of those hardships and those times. And they're also Charley Crockett is also known for great storytelling, and that is also present here. If you are a fan of that, I know some people are specifically fans of his storytelling. You have track 4, Easy Money, where he talks about those hardships of not being able to perform, on the big stage, having to do the hustle and perform on New York, on the streets of New York, on the streets of New Orleans. It's not easy. It's not easy. in terms of just, oh yeah, I'm a great artist, I have talent, I have this. But you know, it's the music industry today is so saturated. You really, really, really need to put in the work and the effort. And that's not with just music, but that's with anything in terms of putting yourself out there and presenting any sort of art. So that's really great stuff. Under Neon Lights is a little bit of a story, a little bit of a really, really humble track where he just presents the humility with himself, and that's great. The track that is very story heavy is track 7, "The Death of Bill Bailey," which, if I really had to choose, would probably be my least favorite track on this thing, just because the other story tracks are presented very well in terms of production. This one is okay. I wouldn't say it's a bad track, but it would be my least favorite track on the thing because I have heard it before. He has performed it live, and it just wasn't really anything new to me. It wasn't really anything fresh, but it's okay. It's an okay track. And then track 9, "Life of a Country Singer," kind of a story track. Really great stuff in terms of people what of people expect of him. Like, oh, you got to do this, you got to do that. Like, "Life of a Country Singer," like, you know, the term in terms of like stereotypes of like, oh, it's just sad and like you drink and like you have to talk about certain things. But there are things like he's talking about life. In country music, you're talking about life, and that is not just associated only with country music, but he himself has gone through these things where it's not as if like, okay, I'm gonna go out and I'm going to, you know, fall in love and get my heart broken. Oh yeah, make a great song. No, he has gone through those things. These His life is his art, and he is presenting that with everyone for people to listen to. Maybe people could relate to, but it is an art, and that is just fantastic. Great track, "Life of a Country Singer." Also, in terms of production on this thing, wow, the steel pedal guitar just goes off on this thing. I've seen him live twice, and it is just amazing with what him and the band can do. The harmonicas present, like in the track "Life of a Country Singer," and even on track 12, the ending track "Amarillo by Morning," it is finished with a beautiful trumpet. It is a cover by George Strait, the probably the most famous country singer ever, especially here in Texas. Really awesome cover, all and something that he has not done with his past two albums, and my little gripes and pickats with them, is the landing. The landing does stick with this album. It's like as if he has gone through this journey from Lonesome Drifter all the way to Amarillo by Morning. You finally stick the landing, and it is a like he has completed his journey, and everything's done and over with this chapter. Also, I want to give a shout out to track 6, "The Halfway Point," that "This Crazy Life," which is probably one of the best songs on here. It is so simple, but yet so effective and so moving. You really hear the tiredness in his voice, and the fact that he put this in the middle of the album, it's just probably me looking too into this, but it's like as if the first half of the album is him recognizing all the hardships, all the struggle, all the hustle, all the work that he's put in to his career. And then after the track "This Crazy Life," "The Halfway Point," he is just looking forward, not looking back, and appreciating the people who have helped him on his way and who are still with him. Not only that, but also so confident and being like, you know what? I'm not playing the game no more. The game isn't gonna play me no more. I'm gonna play the game, and I'm gonna do it how I want to do it, and that is it. Great stuff by Charley Crockett, "Lonesome Drifter," the third album that he's released in a year. That is crazy to me. The seems like the train is not gonna stop. This is his first major label studio release, Island Records. He has signed with them, and I can only imagine what he has planned next. I am giving "Lonesome Drifter" by Charley Crockett a 9 out of 10. The man cannot be stopped. His past 3 albums, by the way, a 10. Made it to Album of the Year for 2024. Second album, 9. Third album, "Lonesome Drifter," 9 out of 10. He cannot be stopped. That is the video. That is the review. Go check it out. Link in the description below. Pass the JAMZ out.